Welcome back. This is part two. This is Dr. Spates giving you my response to the interview assignment. I want to talk about things that were done well across the board. Many of you did well with these things, so I do want to highlight some of the good of this project, and I want to encourage you to keep up with that. And so some of the things where everyone was appropriately dressed. I didn't have to comment on anyone's submission and say you should have dressed differently. I do want to give special recognition to the guys in this course. Many of you wore a suit, shirt with a collar, maybe even a tie, and I just want to continue encouraging you to do that. You don't always have to dress down, but for a career position, for an interview in this kind of opportunity, you want to be able to dress very well, and you want to be able to at the most overdress rather than underdress. So very good job, everyone across the board. Another thing was your videos were clear. Some of you had short videos, some of you had longer videos, but no matter what, I was able to see them, to hear them. Clearly, I didn't have any issues. Please continue that. Test them before you submit them again for the final project. So keep it up. And also, all questions were attempted. I didn't see huge chunks of questions being skipped or anything. I did notice in your responses there were different lengths to the response. So some of you answered quickly while others of you were more detailed. And in some situations that really helped those of you. So good job at following directions and making sure to follow down the list. Many of you had notes, and I saw that, and I want to recognize you for doing that. So good job. You set yourself up for success. Although there were some areas of success, there were some ways that many of you can improve. You don't always have moments to practice like this, which is why I love this assignment. This gives you an idea to be able to see yourself and critique yourself, because most of you are going to be entering the market very soon, and so you want to be able to adjust some of these things now so that you impress your employer. Many of my advisees and past students are now working in positions that they want to be in because of this assignment, so I'm very proud of that. Okay, so things to improve. I do want to talk about some things. There were some vague answers. Again, specifically when I think about the question, why do you want to work for Spates Industries? Many of you just kind of threw out the word diversity and never really explained much into it. You want to be clear with an employer on that. Otherwise, I'm not going to be sure why that was mentioned or how that connects to you. So you want to stay away from giving a vague answer. Same thing with service. If you don't break down or the values that Spates Industries has, if you don't break down how that connects to you, it doesn't really end up making sense. So make sure you express the knowledge. Be good at selling yourself. I want to give a quick shout out to Jessica, to Colby, to Thomas. Several of you just did a really good job being able to sell yourself, Shelby. I was just really impressed. So keep up with that vibe of being able to talk well in reference to yourself. It's a good thing in this type of situation, in this type of communication environment. Also, there were some deal breakers. Again, questions where you just flat out got it wrong, speaking to perfection, or not really answering the question, tell me about yourself, really well, being able to stay on topic. There were just some things that just kind of broke the mold. And there were also many errors of going off topic or rambling. So some of you had videos that were longer than they needed to be because you went off topic or you didn't kind of stay in your lane with answering the question. So you want to be very cautious of that. Take your time. Because of the type of assignment that this was, many of you had opportunities to record yourself and fix it so that you could do it right. And so to see that some of the final submissions to me included rambling or going off topic or not very organized was a little bit disappointing. Overall, everyone did a good job. I do want to point out a couple things, and that is with the resume and cover letter. I didn't see many issues with the cover letter, but I did see lots of issues with the resume. So I just want to show you a couple samples just to show you what it's like. Many of you submitted resumes to me that were like this. They kind of were just plain, not much structure, organization, or layout. The font is not, really impressive, not very easy to read too. And there's just some small changes that you can make to spruce this up a little bit. This looks very plain. This would not stand out among competition, especially in 2018, where we have a lot of technology. We have a lot of ways to add some professional pizzazz to our document. So I just want to show you the same document in a different view. Notice just a few small touches of professional color, and that are using shades of blue, tan, or gray. You can add those to a document, and it adds a quick spice to how it looks. Notice that the font, although it's still fairly small in my opinion, it could be a bit larger, but again, it's easier to read. It's visually appealing. It allows for the name here to be larger than it is in the other version. Notice how small it is. Some of yours were small like that. So just kind of stay away from those things, put a little bit more time and effort into the design, and you'll just have something that stands out among the crowd. Remember, when you go on the market for your career, there are going to be many people applying for this position. What are they going to do, or how are they going to submit their documents that's going to make theirs look better than yours? Remember, you have so much competition out there, and you do want to be the best. So make sure that everything you submit and everything that you do during the interview process is at its best. Okay? If you have further questions or want to meet with me to discuss how to personally get your resume or cover letter at its best potential, please feel free to set up an appointment with me even after class is over. I'll be having my regular office hours in the fall, so feel free to stop by my office. Students are always welcome to set this up. I've helped many of my advisees and past students with this type of document with resumes and cover letters, and they are now working in the jobs that they want to because of the work that they put in early. So I just want to point that out. I'm very proud of that, and I hope you take advantage of it. That's all that I have, and I will see you towards the end of the semester. Take care.